All right, chapter 5. This is the video number 2 of 11. Sorry, I had to take some hair off my iPad, and as a result, I marked my screen. Oh well, here we go. So we're going to be starting right up here at the top, and here we go. It may seem marvelous that with the world before her, kept by no restrictive clause of her condemnation within the limits of the Puritan settlement, so remote and so obscure, free to return to her birthplace, or any other European land, and there hide her character and identify under a new exterior, as completely as if the emerging into another state of being, and having also the passes of the dark, inscrutable forest open to her, where the wildness of her nature might assimilate itself with a people whose customs and life were alien from the law that had condemned her. It may seem marvelous that this woman should still call that place her home, where and where only she must needs be the type of shame. But there is a fatality, a feeling so irresistible and inevitable that it has the force of doom, which almost invariably compels human beings to linger around and haunt ghost-like the spot where some great and marked event has given the color to their lifetime, and still the more irresistibly the dark the tinge that saddens it. Her sin, her ignominy, were the roots which she had struck into the soil. It was as if a new birth, with stronger assimilations than the first, had converted the forest land, still so uncongenial to every other pilgrim and wanderer, into Hester Prynne's wild and dreary but lifelong home. All other scenes of earth, even the village of rural England, where happy infancy and stainless maidenhood seemed to be her great mother's keeping, like garments put off long ago, were foreign to her in comparison. The chain that bound her here was of iron links, and calling to her inmost soul, but could never be broken. So, we immediately see here, well, you might be questioning, you might not have questioned this, but why doesn't Hester Prynne just leave Boston? Why is she going to have to stay around here and be, just forever burdened to be known as this woman who's caused adultery, right? And so that's what Hawthorne here is kind of addressing here. And we see that, she even says it's like, why might not go back to Europe, right? Or even, why not go into the forest with all the Native Americans and just live with them, right? But she feels that her sin is holding her here. And that the chain right down here, the chain that bound her here, was of iron links and galling to her inmost soul, but can never be broken. So she feels as if this is her punishment, and she has to live out her punishment. So she's more adhering to the law and to her sin, her acknowledging her sin, than just running away from it. Okay? And so this is probably, it shows a little bit of Hester's character, which she's very moral, but at the same time, she is, very law-abiding, and feels that she has to live out her crime and the punishment that is associated with the crime. All right, this ends video 2.